All right guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another day in the vlog. We're back here again. I ended up cutting and starting to polish the hood. I feel like I just want to cut it a little bit more. I probably won't show the whole process of me cutting the entire car because it's gonna be a lot of the same things over and over, pretty much the same thing on every panel, and it's just gonna be mostly time consuming and tedious, and that's really it. But today I actually did finally get the molding around the windshield. I got that from ECS. It was like a $30 part. And we looked at a bunch of tutorials, and it's pretty much just adhesive, pulling it out and needing something. Now I have a feeling with my seals though, it's gonna be a bitch. Like I have a feeling they're gonna break apart. It's gonna be like taking off a wrap that's been sitting on the car for 6 years. It's gonna be super brittle. But I wanted to basically kind of finish up cutting the hood. I feel like the hood on this car is gonna be one of the places that the paint's the worst. Everywhere else I feel like isn't as bad. Like between water spots, damage, everything hitting that straight down, I feel like it's gonna be completely different than the sides of the car. Could be wrong, but that's how I'm feeling right now. So basically I got the 4Runner with me and a bunch of supplies, so I can go ahead and do this. Oh, one cool thing that I'm really excited about for the car. I think I mentioned to you guys a couple times that I have the Gentani tune on this, the Burble tune. I actually purchased from them a revised tune and just had basically it be able to do E85. So right now my car's at like 10 miles left in the gallon because I need to completely empty out the 91, go to a gas station, fill up with E85, and then actually flash the tune right there so I can then run E85. I'm interested to see if it's actually worth it. So one thing about E85 that actually sucks is if you're familiar with E85, number one, it can, if you leave it in the car, like say you leave it for a car for 2 weeks and you don't drive it, it can start deteriorating all the lines and different stuff. So you wanna be careful with that. But the number two thing is that cold starts is gonna tend to crank a lot longer. You need to maybe press the start button 2 to 3 times, at least what I've been instructed by Gentani. I've read up other places that isn't necessarily always the case, but with Gentani's tune that is. So, but we'll see how that goes and if it's worth it. All right guys, so I actually changed my mind. This is looking actually a lot better than I thought it did originally. Now that I have the light up at the top, I can really see, like even between these two panels, it's pretty insane. Like I think you guys can tell from that angle. It's hard to tell because different panels are gonna reflect differently based on where they're facing, right? This being flat and facing directly at the light versus this kind of being like this, it's gonna reflect different. But even between these two panels from over there, I can really see on the curvature of this right here, between this panel and this, just a huge difference in clarity. The pearl's much brighter, it's much clearer. This side, I've went ahead and polished. What I'm gonna start doing though is just cutting the whole car and then I'll go polish everything at the end. Right now, it just doesn't make sense to cut polish per panel. I just wanna start cutting everything and then I can just polish all at once. Polishing is a lot quicker than cutting. Cutting, I get trying to get everything out and then, you know, it takes a little longer. I did wash this last time. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down real quick with some waterless wash. Just because it's been sitting there, it's been driven a little bit. And the last thing I wanna do, I gotta clay it too, and I don't wanna be moving dirt around when I'm claying. Yeah, it's got a tiny bit on there. I mean, nothing really crazy. I'm not gonna be able to polish in here. I know you guys can't see that from this angle, but I'm not gonna be able to actually polish the, like the inside, the little, I forgot what it's called, side marker? Whatever you wanna call it. I'm not gonna be polishing there just because this polisher is too big. So that might be something I save for when I go to Elite Finish and I can simply grab one of their smaller, you know, maybe like a 1-inch pad and go ahead and go in there. So kind of to do it, just kind of while I'm doing it, talk to you guys. I'm really excited about the E85 tune like I was mentioning to you guys. I'm just excited to see if there's a difference. Okay, so I've already used this on the windows, soften it up. This is a synthetic clay disc. Now you gotta be careful with these. I learned this the hard way last time I was doing my car. If it's outside and it's hot, which you probably shouldn't be claying anyway, but I was, it can stick to the paint and it'll pull the rubber pieces off and basically leave it unusable. So right now, like I said, I've already used this on the 4 windows, but just to soften it up, and then I'm basically going through, you want a good amount of shine mist on here, so you want it to stick to the paint as least as possible. As far as like, so you're not marring it. And at this point too, you shouldn't be claying if there's dirt on the car still. It's crazy though, just from a simple clay, the car will look so much better. I didn't know this before I started getting into like detailing with Elite Finish and everything, but I didn't realize how much clay was gonna do, like how much it would do to the car. You know, I knew it cleaned it, but I thought most of it was for fueling. I didn't realize it actually like changed the clarity of it, picked up all the little debris. I didn't understand what it was actually doing. So with this right now, I'm using, I talked about this yesterday. So I'm using Classic Cut by Shine Supply with a white microfiber pad. Again, no expert by any means. I'm just someone that wants their carding to look nice. Right now, I'm just kind of priming the pad. So with microfiber, you're supposed to prime the pad beforehand. So you make sure all the bristles are basically covered with some polish, and then you can go ahead and polish from there. So just like I mentioned with the little inside piece, I guess I could do the outer lip. I want to be careful just because I don't want to accidentally hit the tire. Yeah, that really looks good. Cool. Go more pass. Go ahead and clean this. So one thing I'm being careful of with this fender, just simply that like when you're getting to these lines and you're kind of going down here, I don't want to sit on these edges, or like on this fender it goes up like this and then sits flat. I'm trying to avoid like sitting like this and just sitting on like the middle of the pad with this right here. So I'm kind of going up, and then when I'm coming here, I'm coming flat, so I'm just hitting this top, and I'm not sitting on that line. It's looking really good though. I noticed I have some deeper stuff that I might have to wet sand to get out, but overall, I mean, this is looking, it looks crisp and clean. So it's really hard to show you guys on camera because I really have to like darken it up, but you can just see, let me darken this up, actually grab the point. All right guys, I'm gonna record this on my phone right now so I can show you guys. As I'm going over it, you're seeing non-stop swirls, right? Swirl after swirl, all right there. And then after I was done, see that? And then I'll get to the point where I haven't done yet, which is like over here. And you can see all those swirls. Ooh, right there is pretty bad. But so, again, after, before. Okay, so I'm gonna start pulling this off, and as you can see, it's pretty bad. So, like I've noticed, as I've peeled it away, it's just coming off in little tiny pieces. Like, look, I mean, that's what it's coming off in. So I'm just gonna start going at this, just do a little time lapse of it. I'm gonna have to remove the adhesive. Oh wow, the adhesive actually isn't on that bad. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this time lapse for you right now, guys. I'm really interested, comment below what you guys are working on during the quarantine. If there's any car parts that are going in, any, I don't know, anything at all, let me know in the comments below. Love to hear about your guys' projects too. Ooh, can I get this all off in one piece? Nah, that ain't happening. Oh wow, I just sliced my finger open. Yeah, that's a pretty good slice. I'm pretty sure I just cut against the metal right there. Like the windshield seals on the M3 are metal, and I'm pretty sure I just cut that. Stupid. But there's basically a metal wire in this, so you can see like it stays together. But all the parts that have broken, like all the adhesive along this, are just shot, and you can it just rips apart in little tiny pieces. Just, I mean, it's not bad though, honestly. Like I've been going at this for like 5 minutes now, and I've already got like majority of it off. I think the biggest bitch is gonna be like cleaning everything, making sure it's all.
guys, so this is what, let me kind of walk you through this install. So I only had a time lapse just because I need 2 hands. But it's pretty much just this right here. So you have the seal, right? It's pretty much just literally take it off from the bottom right here. So this comes up, the little cowl comes up, you can take it off from underneath the bottom. This is actually lined with a metal insert, so it goes along pretty nicely. And then on the back of the new seal, you have a little adhesive tab that all you have to do is pull to then go ahead and get it out. Get off the adhesive once you have it all down and basically pull out. So it's a super easy fix, especially, you know, if your seal looks like mine. So mine was all cracked and everything. But yeah, I mean, look at it now. I used a trim tool to kind of peel it up, but once you get it from down here, you can just pull it up all the way over there. And then same with that, you can kind of pull all the way across that. You just have to kind of take off the little adhesive pieces. What really helped is having something like this trim tool right here. This was super convenient to help pry it up. Along with that, I ended up using Carpro Eraser. This is an alcohol-based solution, and long story short, this is able to quickly get rid of all the residue and everything. You can use something like Goo Gone too. This works better for me, and I didn't have a residue left. Something like Goo Gone a lot of times leaves the residue on the paint, and I didn't have to worry about that with this. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for the vlog today. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for the vlog today. I got done actually cutting the door and the front fender. Other than that, I'm just gonna kind of go through the car as time goes on, and maybe I'll incorporate in these vlogs, maybe I won't, but I'll definitely show you guys the finished product when it was done, when it's done. But I mean, it's looking a lot better. Like, you can see this door, they're like 3/4 of the way done right here. But the paint's really starting to come to life, and I'm also starting to notice like a different clarity within the paint. But all right, guys, it's like 5:30 right now. I'm about to eat some pizza, chill a little bit, have a good time on this Sunday. But I'll catch you guys next time. Later.